AP score. It was the morning of my AP history exam. My first AP test ever. I was nervous, of course, but I was also excited. I was confident, and this confidence turned into overconfidence. And after I finished the first portion, if I knew what I was talking... And this confidence turned into overconfidence after I finished the first portion. If I knew what I was talking about in the upcoming essays, I would get a 5. I set my stopwatch and looked over the essay prompts. The questions were all about simple topics I was good at. I was getting a 5. I started planning and writing about the Pakistani independence, African continent during the 9th century, and the Indian Ocean trade. The 2 hours of writing flew by, and I finished my last essay with seconds to spare. The proctor told us to put down our pens. The test was over. I felt relieved and triumphant. The hardest class I had ever taken was over. I was so euphoric I had finished the exam that I didn't even worry about the final we had to take the following week, which is supposed to be harder than the AP test. A week later, I took my final and got an A. My chances of getting a 5 were higher than ever. By the middle of the summer, my friends began talking about the AP score, which would be coming in the mail in July. For the first time, I was actually nervous about my score. What if I didn't get a 5? Would that mean I'm not smart? But I reassured myself. I thought about how I had always gotten good scores on practice essays that I didn't even know too much about. And I knew exactly what I was talking about when writing the essays for the exam. By the time the scores were out, my worry had receded into the back of my thoughts. I felt the overconfidence I felt when I finished taking the exam. A number of my classmates had already asked for their scores, and quite a bit of them had gotten 5s. It wasn't until I realized that I had to ask for my score that I started to panic. Sure, 4 wouldn't be that bad, but it wouldn't be the best. It wouldn't be what I wanted. I put off requesting my score for days. Finally, I emailed my world history teacher, Miss Evans, asking for my score. The next day, I checked my email as I usually did, and there was her response. And then I really did feel scared. I hadn't expected a response so quickly. I thought I would have more time. I feared the contents of that email as a child fears a shot. I couldn't put it off any longer. I held my breath, closed my eyes, and clicked to open the email. I actually had to reopen my eyes and click again a couple times to get the email open because, using a computer with your eyes closed isn't really accurate. But there it was, my score. My eyes flew instantly to the only relevant figure on the page, a single number, 4. With a mixture of disbelief and disappointment, I read and reread the entire email, which consisted of 5 short sentences, trying to look for a loophole or to maybe find a possibility of a mistake or something to give me the 5 that I wanted. I tried to keep my score a secret. If asked, I would say I got a 4, but if not, I would keep very quiet during AP score conversations. I didn't tell my parents my score, but they found out when the score came officially in the mail. I tried not to tell anyone because I was truly ashamed. After getting my score, I thought a lot. I realized something. I really didn't want the 5 that badly. I wanted it, but I expected my natural intelligence to carry me with minimal effort, and it turned out that was not the case. I had been told many times before, in many different ways, that intelligence wasn't everything. That effort is more important than natural intelligence. I was told this by teachers, my parents, and even by that voice in my head. I thought I knew this, but until that moment, that disappointment, I didn't think it applied to me. And I realized that I really wasn't that smart. Not because I didn't get a 5, but because I could have. Because I hadn't done all the notes that I had to do. I hadn't read all the chapters I was supposed to. And I hadn't written all those extra essays that everyone wrote to help their writing. When I really thought about it, I didn't deserve a 5. There was a word in Miss Evans' email that really got my attention. Earned. She said, "Congrats, you earned a 4." And I did earn it. I got what I worked for.